Cross fire of 1981 remains a pivotal and tragic event in Black British history, claiming the lives of 40 young people. The New Crossfire Foundation, established by survivors and family members of the victims, is currently collaborating with the London Museum to ensure the fire is appropriately represented in the museum's new permanent galleries. I'm speaking to Richard today. Hi Richard.
Hello, hello. Good
How
afternoon.
Are you doing today?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm very well. It's an absolute pleasure to be here in New Cross, out with the people, and that's what we're about.
Absolutely. So the NCFF, is
The New Cross Fire Foundation
is partnering with the London Museum to represent the 1981 New Cross fire in the new galleries. What does this collaboration mean for the families and survivors of the fire and for the broader understanding of this tragedy?
Well, this is what we're trying to establish at the moment, actually. What will it mean? Because there's no definitive what will it mean. I mean, we've got, obviously, I say obviously, there are survivors. There are many, many people who were affected indirectly. So this, you might say, collaboration with London Museum, this is an opportunity we've been given to, if you like, set out our stall, educate a wider audience to something that is UK history and not just Black history. And put it right in the forefront. So with this consultation you referred to is actually us saying, right, we've been given this opportunity, how best would we depict the happenings? What does it mean to that individual? We've asked that question. So we're engaging with the widest audience possible. And we've put up 7 images on the website, ncff.co.uk, where everyone can write a little footnote as to why they've chosen a particular image. And of course, vote for the image. And at the end of that, we will take this image, or possibly a couple of images, who's to say, and we'll put that forward to London Museum, and it would have pride of place for hopefully the next 10 years.
Absolutely. So how do you hope that, what kind of message do you think this images will convey to the museum visitors itself?
Well, it's got to my mind, it's got to sum up everything around that incident, which was a birthday party, I have to say, a 16th birthday party on the 18th of January 1981, and they were, out of that, I mean, there was obviously a disaster for the community, a disaster for these young children. Remember, so it was a 16th birthday party. So what we want to come out of that is remembering the fact that we're, I feel, the last of those who were directly connected, to have a voice, to hear, for the mass to hear firsthand from a survivor, perhaps. Certainly people, as I said before, who were connected. What the feeling was at the time, how they lived, the trauma that they've suffered. Perhaps some might not have realised their life ambitions as a consequence. You know, it just went left.
Yeah, totally.
Right? So, you know, even the fact that these young people were sitting exams at the time, possibly they did, and it's I mean, I can't say conclusively, but they didn't achieve what they might have otherwise achieved.
Absolutely.
So that means they didn't, even the first rung of the ladder, they might not have been able to step on
it, yeah, totally.
simply because of what's happened, and it hasn't been acknowledged in any meaningful way. Yes, we give kudos to the local authority who've kept the flame alight for the last 40 odd years. We do, but we feel now, and this is where we're speaking, is in Fordham Park in New Cross, and this is where there is a memorial, for those who don't know, there is a stone, so we give thanks for that as well, and people are able to assemble around it. There's a bench also, and reflect. But what we're wanting to do now, and this is the big move of the foundation, is to come up with possibly an interactive memorial, something big, something grand. And
so why do you feel it's crucial for Black history to be included in the London Museum in Smithfield?
Yeah, again, not only Black history, but UK history, because you're going to have generations coming that won't have a clue. And this,
so it's important to keep the memory going.
Well, of course, the memory, the significance, and to learn the lessons. Because, you know, we could look at more recent events like Grenfell. We could look at the other huge fire, and forgive me, I can't remember the name now, but that was in Wales, where a community was affected. You know, there was at the time the party in Ireland, a disco, where a fire took place, and we feel even in that situation where the powers that be acknowledged very quickly and moved very quickly, our youngsters, my friends, had no interaction, had no support. In fact, at one stage, the youngsters were accused of even, there is a train of thought that suggests that they were accused of having involvement in the fire, in the happening. Can you imagine? All things, you're at a party, you've lost your friend, you've lost many friends, you're traumatized, you've got your, as I said before, you've got your exams, you know, our parents were economic migrants essentially, perhaps not the most educated, great providers, maybe they're not, and I speak for myself, not the best parenting skills, but great providers. Where was the support? It didn't come from the school, it didn't possibly come from the parents, it didn't come from the authority.
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to give them at least, as much as we're able, a voice in memorial.
Absolutely. So, beyond the museum exhibition, what ongoing work is the NCFF involved with and undertaking at the moment?
Well, there are 4 directors. In fact, now there's 5. We've just had a recent one. And I can give them all a name check. So there's Gary Collins, who's our CEO. There's Wayne Haynes. He was the worst affected survivor. Had some very serious burns. All right, but he's our director of PR. Yeah, and then we've got Patricia Wilmington, who's director of education, and myself, Richard Simpson, as director of community engagement. Yeah, and then we've got another person who's just been introduced, and he's not been made public yet, so I won't say anything.
You're quite a busy guy though, Richard, aren't you? Because you also you run Coming Up Restaurant as well, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, yeah, I don't mind. It's yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate. I'm highly blessed in the fact that we've been in New Cross now for 34 years. We've got several sites. My children have sites as well. But it's placed me in a position to be set on the ground with the community.
Yeah, so you're very community based.
Yeah, over the years, we've done many things involving the community, for the community. There are ongoing things I'm still involved in with the community. And I think certainly for those this New Cross Fire and others have seen some value in what I do. And so I'm perhaps best placed for the outreach person.
Yeah, wonderful. What is the NCFF's primary focus moving forward, and how can the public best support you?
Right, well, I mentioned Patricia Wilmington, who's the Director of Education, and what was happening, she's compiling modules for the the key stages. Ultimately, we've done a pilot with a sixth form a sixth form institution already in East London, so we know what we've got to deliver is with quality. So ultimately, we'll be working right throughout the key stages and really hammering it home again, as I say, that this is and was UK history.
Yeah,
not just black history.
A lot of people tend to forget it as well, I think.
That's right, but like everything, there are lessons to be learned in everything, right? And we have a huge lesson to teach. And I think, and we know that the community is behind us. We've seen it in this consultation already. Colossal numbers, already over 1,000, and we've just gone over a week. Just like that. And that's just us getting the word out there. That's no big PR campaign or nothing of that sort. So we know that the community are ready for us to support us.
Yeah, amazing.
So whenever you see the
like you said, you've been here for many years and you've always established yourself within the community. So
yes, indeed. Even where we are now in Fordham Park, this is pivotal to me as coming up, because we've cut our teeth here, and this is also where we're seated. Actually, it's not so far from what will be the new site of the memorial. Here again in Fordham Park, with the moon shop just behind us, where the community gathered the morning after the fire. So it's very poignant.
Oh my God, Richard, that's really deep what you said. The sense of the community, like when you're gathered the day after.
That's right, where we are. This is where the community gathered. And again, out of that fire came the Black People's Day of Action in the March. And that's again morphed into lots of black empowering movements and individuals.
Brilliant. Are there any future projects or collaborations that NCFF
might say, a subgroup to OGYG, which is, now let me get this acronym right, older generation, younger generation.
I was going to ask you.
Right, older generation, younger generation, right? And that was something that was started by, we know affectionately as Sir Collins, who owned nightclubs in Hackney, but now has been taken by his children, headed by Gary Collins. So that's another organisation, and they'll be doing something in Dorchester Square, honouring that legacy. But as well as that, the New Cross Fire Foundation will have an area with it, just as Sir Collins did way back with Hackney support, and had those trees planted in Downs Park with the benches as well, which was recently refurbished this last year. So there are lots, and we haven't even launched officially as yet. So watch this space.
Absolutely.
Watch this space.
Yeah, so if people want to reach out to you and learn more about the New Cross Fire and what you do, where can they find your handle? ncff.co.uk. Look us up on Insta, look us up on Facebook. What is
Facebook's
your
most
Instagram?
active.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, NCFF. Yeah. But look us up on Facebook at the moment. That's most active. Once we have officially launched, then the website will be equally launched at the same time.
Amazing.
But just to keep in the frame, keep an eye on the Facebook. ncff.co.uk.
And there you go, guys, and show some support. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, Richard,
And
today.
thank you for your time.
And
Bless
thank
you.
you. And
All the best.
check out Beer Boy UK. Peace out, guys. Enjoy the summer. Bye.